After 1 week of full-on drama, Imran Khan finally lost the vote of no confidence in Pakistan's National Assembly, and Shehbaz Sharif became the 23rd Prime Minister of Pakistan. And as I was walking through the narrow lanes of Chandni Chowk here in New Delhi, Pakistan was constantly on my mind. To be honest, the way Pakistan's parliament, judiciary and politicians have behaved recently has once again revealed to the world that Pakistan's democracy is a joke. So on 3rd of April, Sunday, vote of no confidence was supposed to take place against Imran Khan's government in the National Assembly, that is the lower house of Pakistan's parliament. All the evidences back then indicated that Imran Khan will definitely lose the vote of no confidence, as he was out of favor with Pakistan's army as well as the political parties in coalition with his government. Meanwhile, Imran Khan kept on emphasizing that the no confidence motion was an American conspiracy to oust him out of office for first not cooperating with US after withdrawal from Afghanistan and later traveling to Russia on the eve of invasion of Ukraine. But before the vote of no confidence could actually take place, Imran Khan went to the president and dissolved the National Assembly, after which it became compulsory to conduct elections within 90 days, thus revealing Khan's whole plan. Khan very well knew that he would definitely lose the vote of no confidence in National Assembly, so he must have calculated that he had better chances of winning an open election within 90 days compared to losing vote of no confidence and then running for election after 1 year. So he dissolved the National Assembly altogether, poof. Meanwhile, painting the opposition leaders as puppets of America to lower their credibility before the next general elections. I will be honest, this was a bloody good plan. Imran Khan is famous, charismatic and very convincing. His messaging about Islamic self-respect and Pakistan's independent foreign policy is certainly better than Shehbaz Sharif's beggars can't be choosers. Also, many common Pakistanis genuinely believe that there is a foreign conspiracy to oust Imran Khan from office. Therefore, it makes sense for Khan to assess that the probability of him winning an election is higher compared to winning a vote of no confidence. So he started doing massive rallies to build up momentum for the elections that he had planned after 90 days. As I said before, a very good plan, except for one teeny tiny flaw. That is, Imran Khan's resolution of National Assembly was totally unconstitutional. Let me explain. Article 58 of Pakistan's constitution says that President can dissolve National Assembly on advice of Prime Minister. So far so good. But just underneath Article 58, there are some terms and conditions, which says that the Prime Minister against whom a notice of no confidence has been presented but not yet voted upon cannot dissolve the parliament. In case of Imran Khan, the vote of no confidence was presented on 28th of March. So Khan could have only dissolved the parliament before 28th, after which he had no choice but to face the vote of no confidence or resign. Khan did neither of those things, and in hindsight, the behavior of his party over the week showed lack of regard for democratic process and lust for power. It would have been much better if Khan resigned with dignity, respecting the sacredness of parliament and democracy. The next day after Imran Khan unconstitutionally dissolved the lower house, the Supreme Court of Pakistan took suo motu notice of violation of the constitution. I'm sure you know that in democracies, judiciary is considered independent of legislative and executive. Thus, it does not interfere in workings of parliament. This is because a court's interference in decisions and workings of parliament is seen as participating in politics and disrespecting the people's mandate, which is a big taboo and judiciary is supposed to stay away from it. The only time it is considered appropriate for judiciary to take action on workings of parliament is when a citizen appeals to the Supreme Court if he thinks that the parliament has violated the constitution. In case of Pakistan recently, no one appealed to the Supreme Court regarding violation of constitution. Therefore, Pakistan Supreme Court's voluntary intervention in matters of legislature is being seen as motivated by Pakistan's army. Also, this is not the first time Supreme Court of Pakistan has intervened in country's legislature. In November 2021, the Supreme Court summoned Imran Khan to court and grilled him over lifting ban on Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan that had killed 132 children in an army school in Peshawar, which is totally unacceptable by any democratic standards. The judiciary has no right to call Prime Minister to court and ask him to explain his decisions, however absurd it may be. Back then, it was also believed that it was the army that forced Supreme Court to summon Imran Khan so that the army can shift blame for its own failures to curb terrorism in the country onto Khan's elected government. In another case in 2018, the Supreme Court disqualified former Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif from running for election on corruption charges that have not been proved yet, therefore making way for Imran Khan to become the next Prime Minister. Everyone knows that in all of these cases, the Supreme Court acted under the directions of army, the real government and judiciary of Pakistan. That is why I was surprised to see Dhruv Rathee and Akash Banerjee praise Pakistan's Supreme Court and its army while labeling removal of Imran Khan as a win for democracy.
लेकिन यहाँ पाकिस्तानी सुप्रीम कोर्ट की भी दाग देनी होगी। जब सब ये मानकर बैठ गए थे कि कोर्ट कुछ नहीं कर पाएगी और अब तो फ्रेश इलेक्शंस ही होंगे, उस समय कोर्ट ने दिखा दिया कि संविधान में एग्जीक्यूटिव और लेजिस्लेचर को छोड़ के जुडिशरी की कितनी ताकत और कितनी अहमियत होती है।
ये एक तरीके से देखा जाए, ये जो पाकिस्तान के अंदर पॉलिटिकल क्राइसिस होने लग रही है, ये पाकिस्तान की डेमोक्रेसी के लिए एक अच्छी खबर है। यहां पर सुप्रीम कोर्ट इंडिपेंडेंटली एक्ट कर रहा है, आर्मी इंटरफेयर नहीं कर रही और प्राइम मिनिस्टर को हटाया जा रहा है कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल तरीके से।
I get it. These people are very idealistic about democracy and they want to spread their message wherever they can. And there's nothing wrong in that. Democracy is a complicated process, especially here in India, and it needs to be constantly worked upon. So I'm glad that more and more people are talking about democratic values and civil liberties as it benefits us as a society as a whole. At the same time, misinterpreting facts to promote one's own narrative or messaging is being dishonest, especially to people of Pakistan. Here in India, there is a huge misconception about Pakistanis that they don't know anything about democracy, they are not aware that they are being ruled by a military dictatorship, and everything they do is senseless. But this is not the case. The people of Pakistan are really smart, and they are well aware that Shahbaz Sharif could not have attempted a no confidence motion if he did not have tacit support from Pakistan's army. Similarly, they know that the Supreme Court is compromised by the army and their democracy is a sham. So I don't see any reason to lie to the people of Pakistan. It might be that these people do not approve of Imran Khan's views and his style of politics.
और फिर इमरान खान ने राइट विंग जिंगोइस्टिक नेशनलिज्म का भी साथ ली।
Still, it does not justify whitewashing something that is essentially a military coup. These people could have simply criticized Imran Khan along with Pakistan's army and Supreme Court and it would have been totally fine. But why they didn't do that, I don't know. But let me give you a viewer's perspective. When people like Dhruv Rathee and Akash Banerjee pack the perspective of Pakistan army, as a viewer, it feels that these people either do not know what is happening in Pakistan and they genuinely believe that the no confidence motion was a democratic process, which makes a viewer seriously question their credibility, or these people simply like feel-good democracy, which means that these people only like labels of democracy, freedom and secularism, but deep down inside they approve of dictatorship, which is essentially what Pakistan's army is doing right now. I personally hope that it is the former and these people genuinely did not know about what's happening in Pakistan. Other than that, their videos were pretty decent. You can go and watch them. Thank you ladies and gentlemen for coming over to my vlog. I will see you soon.